I'm Time Warner Cable Sports Channel's Katie Falco here at Kauffman Stadium, where the boys in blue are preparing for the ALDS to get underway. Welcome back to the Royals Report 2016 here in Surprise, Arizona. 5 years ago, the Royals were looking for that next wave, and they found guys like Hosmer, Moose, and Salvi and traded for Kane and Escobar. Hi, I'm Time Warner Cable Sports Channel's Katie Falco here in Canton, Ohio, where after dedicating 14 years of his life, number 68 was officially inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hello and welcome to Fantasy Huddle here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Chris Goff lost in fantasy.
We fired
did not show up. We kicked him off the show.
I'd like to congratulate you. You've been angling for this gig for a long time.
I know.
Finally got the guy fired.
Yep, hanging out with the big boys. It's Elite 8 time here in Louisville. So coming up, we're going to talk the Kansas-Villanova matchup with Kansas City Stars Blair Kirkhoff. That'll be right here inside the Yum Center. That's next on Jayhawk Game Day Live, which starts now. This is the great thing about this segment. No rules. It just depends on my mood that day. Lucky for you, Saran, I was kind of in a good mood today. Hi, I'm Katie Falco, and we're here in Manhattan for part 2 of the Sunflower Showdown. The last 2 times Kansas has traveled here, Kansas State has come out on top. Today, the Jayhawks will look to end that streak. It's Jayhawk Game Day Live, and it starts now. In the season opener, the Jayhawks hung 109 points on Northern Colorado. The last time Kansas had over 100 points was in 2013. So coming off of one of their best offensive performances in years is something the Jayhawks will look to build on, as they will now have the big challenge of facing a team that made it to the Final Four just last season. As the Jayhawks look to make their first Sweet 16 appearance since 2013, they don't really need any extra motivation, but they really like the idea of playing a team like UConn, a team that under Coach Ollie is undefeated in the NCAA tournament. How do you say Louisville?
I've learned it's Louisville.
Okay.
Louisville.
Louisville?
Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, I just was asking your opinion.
Well, how do you say it?
Louisville.
Louisville?
When I say Louisville, it doesn't sound right.
I think it's Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this matchup. Maryland, a very solid team, very talented, very balanced. They can shoot from all 5 spots. What does the Jayhawk defense need to do? Yeah, you're really not missing out. I tweet about my wiener dog and living in my parents' basement at the age of 29. Really not missing out. Now that we're at the Elite 8, we decided to spice things up figuratively and literally. So that's what we're doing. We're here in Kentucky, so obviously we have to try Kentucky chicken. Correct, boys?
Correct.
So I found 3 of my favorite guys. Hello and welcome to Fantasy Huddle here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. I'm already laughing. These guys just too much. This is simply a handcuff for Marshawn Lynch. I'm absolutely not telling you to start this guy, but Lynch has been limited in practice. He's been dealing with injuries off and on. If or when he is sidelined during a game, Rawls will be the guy. He's owned in about 23% of leagues. If you have Lynch, I think this guy is a must-have handcuff. So don't start him, don't pick him up, don't start him, don't tweet at me and be like, why'd you tell me to start Thomas Rawls? Only start him if you have Marshawn Lynch.
Put him on the bench.
Does she get a lot of emails?
A lot.
I have mentioned it multiple times this show. I had a lot of fun this season doing these shows, getting to know the players. We saw a lot of personality come out. So here's a little reel of some of my favorite moments. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you again next year. You ready? Yeah. Okay. You ready, Johnny? This is going to be fun. What were your initial thoughts when you heard the nickname Sexy Rexy?
None.
More of these questions or dead silence?
More of these questions.
You prefer to be called a white stallion or Sexy Rexy? That's it. That's it, Mick. That's it. So this is when things get real. After 11 weeks of high school football in Kansas, tonight we'll find out which teams will extend their season for one more game. And of course, before this Memphis series, we have to wrap up this Fresno series, which will have that live broadcast following this pregame show. Fresno right now, they're in last place of the Pacific Southern Division. But you know, you can't really look at that because that's a really good division. Right. All of those teams besides the Grizzlies are over 500. Offensively, they're a little bit higher than Omaha, but as far as pitching goes, Omaha definitely has the upper hand. You know, some guys I talk to after just the All-Star break, they say it's hard just to even get back in, just having a couple days off. So what was it like when you got back out on the field after being off for 4 years?
Wow.
You know, I asked him about you. He obviously loves playing for you, but he said you could be a bit of a bulldog in the locker room. What did he mean by that?
Well, I think what he means is that they put a leash on me.
Speaking of hectic, how hectic is media days for you guys?
Ooh, it's a long couple of days. You know, I kind of enjoyed the old ones.
NBA. Any thoughts on that? I mean, is there a chance that you'll leave Nebraska early?
I mean, I talked about it a little bit with my family. Right now, as of right now, I'm staying in Nebraska.
We'll start talking about your high school career at Harrisonville. Standout quarterback, state runner-up your sophomore year. What was your role? Obviously, as a quarterback, you're going to be a leader of the team, but did you know that you wanted to be a coach one day?
You know, not then.
Maybe he rubbed a few people the wrong way, but you got to be roommates with him, like you said. Did you see a side of him that maybe other people didn't? A lot of media scrutiny that week. What's going to happen in this game? Arizona State, 11 seconds into the game, 65 yards, and you're gone. What was that week like, and what was that moment like?
Well, it was the first start that I had.
After being diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, Jeremy Macklin's status has been questionable all week, but after dealing with injuries all season long, player availability in limbo, well, it's nothing new for the Chiefs. Hi, I'm Katie Falco here in Lawrence, where the #1 seed, the Kansas Jayhawks, are preparing for the first round of the NCAA tournament. Entering the season, Ryan Willis was third on the Jayhawks depth chart, but now with injuries to Montel Cozart and DeAndre Ford, it's his turn to show what he's got. And although it's his first collegiate start, it's not his first time replacing Montel Cozart, as he was in a similar position as a high school junior just 2 years ago. For the first time since 2010, quarterback Taylor Martinez did not start in Saturday's game against South Dakota State. The Big 12 championship is back here in Kansas City, and if you haven't heard, 70% of the teams coming here are already locked into the NCAA tournament. Well, with Ellis finally back healthy, even the President of the United States singled him out. How key will he be for the Jayhawks' success?
Oh, he's absolutely key.
Thanks, guys. Here with Bleacher Report's Jason King. Jason, Wichita State went on that 13-2 run to end the half. Do you think that changed the momentum for Kansas coming out?
I think it did. And we go to a third.
Wow! This is incredible!
January 4th is too early to be having games like this.
They win it in 3 overtimes, 109 to 106. In a classic that will live forever.
The last time a #1 and #2 team from the same conference met was in 2007, 3 overtimes later, and the 9-year wait did not disappoint.
Well, given what's at stake and given the stage and all, probably, I don't know that I've been in one better.
It was an epic game. The only game that I've been a part of in this building. I think we've had a lot of great ones, but that rivals it would be the last Missouri game.
So yes, January 4th does seem too early for a triple overtime game between the top 2 teams. In fact, this has only happened one other time in Division I history.
Oh, he got a steal.
It's stolen. Mason's got it. Mason to the other end, and he's fouled.
You called it, Bob.
7.9.
There was just so many plays, you know, and it was going either way, you know. We just kept fighting.
We really don't expect to lose at home, and we just knew we had to get one stop at a time and just take it one possession at a time.
A triple overtime in Allen Fieldhouse, well, that's never happened.
Yeah, you'll never forget this, and this would be a proud one to be a part of. But we beat a team that can win a national championship tonight.
I'm giving them both a hand, Brett. They were brilliant tonight. They gave us a show that's unbelievable.
So in early January, Kansas already finds itself in the spot where it's the most comfortable. The driver's seat, headed towards another Big 12 regular season title.
I think it was a great way to showcase a great league, and certainly everybody's going to be talking Big 12 right now, I would think, nationally.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from here in Fort Worth. From Stillwater, Oklahoma, from here in Piscataway, New Jersey, with the Jayhawks in Chicago, here in Norman, Oklahoma, with the Huskers in Michigan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.